In this video, I'm going to go over some basic Zoom features that would help you to navigate an online Toastmasters meeting. These are the features that we're going to look at together. And throughout the video, there will be practice exercises that would allow you to practice what I have just covered. In terms of how you can practice, there are two options. One is to ask the host of your next online meeting to allow you to join the meeting 20 minutes or 30 minutes before the meeting, so then you'll be able to explore these features beforehand. The other option is to get yourself a free Zoom account. Then you can start a meeting with yourself to explore these features on your own. Throughout the video, feel free to pause the video so you can do the practice exercises. First, I want to show you the default Zoom screen without any videos. At the bottom of the screen is the black bar with a number of buttons. And over here in the far right, it says End Meeting. So this is for the host. For participants, it would say Leave Meeting. This is in speaker view, so it means that the speaker will occupy the main part of the screen, and the other participants' videos will appear as thumbnails on top. To change to gallery view, just click on this button in the top right hand corner of your screen. And that will give you gallery view with all the videos appearing in equal size. To change back to speaker view, just click on the button in the top right hand corner. In the control bar at the bottom of the screen to the far left is a microphone. This mic is active. To mute yourself, just click on this mic, and when you're muted, then there'll be a red slash across the microphone. To unmute yourself, just click on this button. Now the host can decide to mute everyone upon their entry into the meeting room. If the meeting hasn't started yet when you join and you want to say hi, remember to unmute yourself by clicking on this button so that you can be heard. But remember to mute yourself again when the meeting's about to start. Now what would happen if you don't mute yourself? Even when you're not speaking, but let's say you shuffle some papers in front of you, the screen might shift to your video and you'll be distracting attention from the main speaker with your video and the noise. So it's a good practice to mute yourself when you are not speaking. One exception, I think, would be when the humorist is performing his or her role, because I think it's hard to tell a joke when you don't hear the audience's reaction. So I would think that you can unmute yourself during the telling of the joke. But as a club, you can decide what your preference is. For the host, it's a good idea to spotlight the speaker who has the floor. All you have to do is right-click on the speaker's video and choose Spotlight the Video. But remember to cancel the spotlight afterwards. Now next to the microphone is an up arrow. If you click on it, it would open up the microphone settings menu. Here, select a microphone. If you have several, you can choose the one that works best. Here is to select a speaker. Here it says test speaker and microphone. So this allows you to test your equipment to make sure that you can hear other people and can be heard by them. But the best time to test your microphone and speaker really is before you join the meeting. So after you've clicked on your Zoom link and the downloading is done, a window will open up and it will say join with computer audio. Underneath you see it says test speaker and microphone. So if you click on that, it would allow you to test your speaker and microphone. But in case you didn't notice that line and you have already joined the meeting, you can still test by going here and click on test speaker and microphone. When you're in testing mode, other people will not be able to hear that ringtone that will be played to you, and the system will ask you whether you can hear it or not. Then you'll be asked to say something and that will be played back to you. Again, other people won't be able to hear that because you'll be in testing mode. Now, I'd like you to pause the video in a moment and practice changing from speaker view to gallery view and vice versa. And then unmute yourself, clap in front of the screen so that people can see you, and then mute yourself again. Now, before you do that, I'd like to offer a tip to the speaker. When it's your turn to speak, instead of speaking right away, wait 3 to 4 seconds to allow the audience members to unmute themselves and to applaud you before muting themselves again. So wait 3 or 4 seconds before you speak. The next feature is video. When your video is off, the video button will have a red slash across it. So to start your video, just click on this button. When your video is on, the video button looks like this. To stop your video, just click on this button. If your camera is not set up, when you try to start video, then a message will come up that says cannot start video. And you might want to take a look at your computer settings to see if the camera is enabled. Next to the video button is an up arrow. So click on it and the video menu will open up. Go down here and click on Video Settings to open up the Video Settings page. Next to My Video, it says HD, Enable HD, High Definition. I would recommend that you not choose this because it uses a lot of bandwidth. Next is Mirror My Video. If you click on it, then your video as it appears to others will appear in this gray box. And it's a really good way to check how you look to others, whether lighting might be an issue or whether your screen might be at a funny angle so that it doesn't capture your full image. Now it's best to have the lighting source facing you so people can see you better. If you sit with your back to a bright light or the window, it might be hard for others to see you clearly. The third feature is a fun feature, Touch Up My Appearance. If you click it, then it will give you your image a softer focus. Once you're done adding the features you want, click on the X to exit this video settings page. So now to practice, I'd like you to click on the up arrow next to the video button. Click on Mirror My Video to check how you look to others. Click on Touch Up My Appearance just for fun, and to click the X to close the video settings page. Next, I want to show you how to use the Participants button to rename yourself. So in the control bar at the bottom, you will see a button that says Participants. Again, if your screen is small, you might not see that. If that's the case, click on the More button with 3 dots, then choose Participants. It would open up a list of participants on the right-hand side of your screen. Go find your name, then hover your mouse over your name. Then 2 blue buttons will open up for the host. For you, it might be 1 blue button. That blue button might say More, it might have 3 dots in it, or it might say Rename. Click on that button. And then a window will open up that says Enter a new screen name. So at that point, you can enter your name and add dash, then your meeting role. Once you're done, click OK. So this way, everyone who has a role will have their role visible in front of their video. If you don't have a role, you just have to enter your name. Now I think it's good to enter only your first name, because if you enter your full name, when your video is a thumbnail, then your name will take up a big space of your video, making you less visible. Once you're done, click OK. To practice, I'd like you to click on the Participants button, hover your mouse over your name, click on Rename, and then add your meeting role after your name. The next feature is the chat space. In the control bar, you should see a button that says Chat. If you don't see it, click on the More button with the 3 dots. Then click on Chat. It will then open up the chat space on the right-hand side of your screen. At the bottom, it says Type Message Here. The default is set to Sending to Everyone. If you want to send a private message, click on the down arrow next to everyone, then find the person in the participants list that will open up that you want to send a private message to. Now the private message function can be quite helpful. Let's say when the chair wants to remind the Toastmaster about something, then he or she can send a private message to the Toastmaster. In general, remember to limit your chatting during the meeting. You can chat all you want before the meeting starts or during the break, but once the meeting has started, use the chat space only for something that is necessary, like for example, uploading the evaluation link to everyone in the chat space. At Toastmasters, we pride ourselves on providing a supportive environment to members to practice. When someone's speaking, we are expected to listen. So the same rule applies to online meetings. Remember, in an in-person meeting, when someone has the floor and is speaking, we wouldn't be chatting among ourselves because it wouldn't be respectful. So the same rule again applies to online meetings. To practice, I'd like you to send a message to everyone, then send a private message to somebody. After that, change the chat recipient back to everyone. The next feature is to share your screen. So this is really helpful if you're doing a speech with a PowerPoint. In the control bar in the middle, you should see a button that says Share Screen. So click on it. It would open up a page with all the applications that you have open on your computer. So choose the one that you want. For me, it's the PowerPoint I want to share. So click. It will then be highlighted. Then click on the Share button. Once you've done sharing, remember to click on the button that says Stop Share in the middle on top. Next is things to do prior to a speech. First, make sure that you're in speaker view so you'll be able to see the speaker better. If you're in gallery view, just shift to speaker view by clicking on the button in the top right-hand corner. Once you're in speaker view, click on the blue arrow to scroll to find the timer's thumbnail and keep the timer's video visible throughout on top. This is especially important for the speaker so that you'll know how you're doing in terms of time. So prior to the speech, make sure you're in speaker view, then use the blue arrow to find the timer's thumbnail video and keep the timer visible throughout the meeting. Last but not least is filling out an online evaluation form after a speech. At our club, the speech evaluator will fill out a pathways evaluation form for the speaker after delivering the verbal evaluation. The other members will fill out a generic evaluation form right after the speech. Now, I've made a video on how to create an online evaluation form using Google Forms, so you're welcome to check out that video if you're interested. Once you've created the form, copy the link, and then in the meeting, upload that link to the chat space just before the speech or right after the speech. Then the Toastmaster after the speech will ask members to click on the link, and that would take them to the online evaluation form. Give them 2 minutes to fill out the form and then remind them to click Submit after they are done. All the responses will be sent to your Google form. So after the meeting, just go to your Google Drive, open up the evaluation form, go to Responses, and then click on Print Responses. But instead of printing paper copies, you would print to a PDF file. Then afterwards, all you have to do is send that one PDF file to the speaker in an email. To sum up, these are the features that I have covered in this video. By spending a bit of time to get familiar with these features before the meeting, you'll be able to navigate the meeting more smoothly and contribute to a successful online meeting at your Toastmasters club. So have fun in your online Toastmasters meeting.